Start na, G?
Start na, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your YouTube channel of Cebu 3rd District Engineering Office. We are having our pre-bidding this afternoon. And in behalf of Engineer Ronaldo Vinavales, our chairman, me as a vice chairman is preside this pre-bidding this afternoon. And before anything else, let's have our prayer first.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Okay, once again, welcome to Cebu 3rd District Engineering Office for our pre-bidding this afternoon. So with us this afternoon, we have Engineer Dali Almirol, our Chief Construction Section as a regular member, and also Engineer Fritzy Ortiga, our Chief Planning and Design Section, also our back member. And we also our back secretariat and PWG member, as well as our engineers who are going to discuss about the work, scope of work of every project this afternoon. So once again, I would like to welcome everyone, and I would like to turn over to Engineer Dali Almirol to discuss or to introduce the projects that we're going to pre-bid this afternoon. So,
Okay, thank you, back Vice Chairman, Engineer Lisel Amameo.
Thank you.
Okay. This afternoon, we will have the pre-bidding conference for contract ID 24HF 0001, 25HF 0002, 25HF 0012, 25HF 0045, 25HF 0047, and 25HF 0043. To discuss about these 6 projects, I will over to Engineer Darren Blowy from Planning and Design Sections to discuss the scope of work for this project.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be discussing 25HF001. The project title 001 Asset Preservation Program Rehab Recon Upgrading Naga Uling Road. kilometer 42 to kilometer 42 plus 254, located at Toledo City, Cebu, with a total appropriation of 11.547 million, with a net length of 0.508 lane kilometer or 0.254 kilometers. Items involved are the facilities for the engineer, which has a quantity of 1.78 months. And then we have part B, the project billboard, tulo ka buok, one DPWH and COA sa start and one DPWH sa end sa project. And then we have the safety and health, the traffic management, both are 1.78 months, and mobilization and demobilization. For earthworks, we have the removal of actual structures and obstruction, 0.10 meters thickness ACP. So tantangon na to ang existing dito nga asphalt overlay, asphalt, with a quantity of 2,533.93 square meters. And then we will replace it with sa atong part E, which is our atong part E. We have the item 3022 emulsified asphalt with a quantity of 6,323.96 square meter. And then we have the bituminous concrete surface wearing course with a hot laid with the thickness of 30 mm with a quantity of 3,161.98 square meter. And for the bituminous concrete surface binder course with course hot laid 40 mm ang thickness with a quantity of 3,161.98 square meter. Dayon, we have part H, the miscellaneous structures. We have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white for the edge nga kaning markings, and also for the pedestrian nga katong dool sa church. And then also para sa ni siya sa kanang marking for the katong na intersection katong atubangan sa katong kaning katong may fuel station ba. Yeah, then we have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings na yellow, which is 21.34 square meters. Kulang din ni add nga na additional aning katong intersection katong dool sa may akasya nga dako. That would be all for the 25HF001.
Okay, thank you for that information, Engineer Mabaw. I would like also to acknowledge representative from the LGU Bareilly. Sir, good afternoon. Okay, so next let's proceed to 25HF002.
I'll be discussing the 25HF002 or the Organizational Outcome 1 Asset Preservation Program, Rehab Recon Upgrading Cebu Toledo Wharf Road, Uling Toledo Wharf, kilometer 43 plus 00 to kilometer 43 plus 600, located at Toledo City, Cebu, with an appropriation of 27.278 million, with a net length of 1,200 lane kilometer or 0.6 kilometers. Items involved are we have the provisions of the field office for the engineer, 2.93 months. And then we have the project billboard and signboard, 3 each. Then we have the occupational safety and health program and the traffic management. Both are 2.93 months. And then we have the mobilization/demobilization. And then we have the earthworks. We have the removal of actual structures and obstructions, 0.10 meters thickness na ACP. So we will remove the existing asphalt dito with a quantity of 4,098.80 square meters. And then we have the foundation, fill, and the structure excavation. And the embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil. These items are for the proposed na kaniang street lights para sa iyang pedestal. And then I'll just tell you about the embankment from roadway structure excavation nga apil na ani ang excavate o pagbutang sa common soil. Hence the description ng embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil. And then we have the surface courses. We have the emulsified asphalt with a quantity of 8,197.60 square meters. And then we have the bituminous concrete surface wearing course hot laid 50 mm ang thickness with a quantity of 4,098.80 square meters. Same with the bituminous concrete surface binder course hot laid 50 mm ang thickness. So ang total thickness atong i-asphalt overlay is 100 mm. And then we have the part F, the reinforcing steel grade 40 and the structural concrete 20.68 MPa class A 28 days. These are for the pedestal sa ato ang kanang street light. Then for the miscellaneous structures, we have the warning signs 600 mm, W13A horizontal alignment, curve L or R, curve left or right, tulo ka buok. Mga ni ang mga warning signs na curve. Then we have the regulatory signs 450 mm, R68A, miscellaneous sign, pedestrian crossing 2 each. This will be placed before sa ato ang pedestrian nga sign, ang pavement marking. And then we have the internally illuminated solar pavement level mark or stud flush type bidirectional with a quantity of 134 each, which is I consider nga kwan siya duha ka buok studs in every kanang broken nga white strip sa tunga. Then we have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white for the edge and the broken white sa tunga and also for the pedestrian nga lane. And then we have the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, which is 64.50 square meters katuning sa mga kurbada nga walay overtake. Then we have the single arm solar LED roadway lighting 8 meters full 80 watts to 125 watts 31 each. I think it is placed 20 meters apart and then standard ang consider. That would be all for the 25 HF 0002.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Babaw. So let's proceed to 25 HF 0012.
For 25 HF 0012 or the organizational outcome 2, construction of flood mitigation structure, Ginabasan River, Barangay Santa Rita, Asturias, Cebu. It is located at Asturias, Cebu, with a station limit of station 0 plus 20 plus 223. Both sides ang butangan na to kanang flood structure with a total appropriation of 100 million. This has a net length of 446 lineal meters. So ang scope of work is concrete slope protection with steel sheet pile. And then items involved are, we have the provisions of the field office for the engineer and the operation and maintenance of field office for the engineer. So na sila bunkhouse and also naitig maintain sa bunkhouse. Both are 10.23 months. And then we have the general requirements, natay billboard and signboard, and then the safety and health and the mob. And then for part L, flood control, flood and river control drainage. Under part L is the part LA earthwork. We have the trees, furnishing and transplanting. And it is 1,100 each. And then we have the clearing and grubbing. And then we have the removal of trees, 150 mm to 300 mm. And then we have the embankment from roadway or structure excavation common soil. And then we have the embankment from barrow. Then, ang pagkuha sa dinamo sa embankment is we consider 25% shrinkage factor. Then, again, ang embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil nanon includes excavation, and the preparation pag-compact. And then for the bank and stow protection structures, we have the item for concrete stow protection with a quantity of 1,560.94 cubic meters. And then we have the furnishing of steel sheet pile U-type grade 40. And then the steel sheet pile driven U-type grade 40. That would be all for 25HF0012.
Okay, thank you again, Engineer Mabao. So let's proceed to 25HF0045.
Good afternoon. For 25HF0045 titled Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Construction of Road, Sitio Unidos, Barangay Cabagdalan, Balamban, Cebu. This project has a net length of 323 meters or 0.646 lane kilometers. Items of work include Part A, provision of field office for the engineer. Part B, project billboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and mobilization and demobilization. For Part C, earthworks, we have individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameters, surplus common excavation, embankment from roadway or structure excavation common soil, and subgrade preparation common material. For Part D, subbase and base course, we have item 201, aggregate subbase course. For the major work, we have Part E, surface courses. For concreting, 311B1, PCCP and reinforced 200 mm thick 14 base. For Part G, drainage and slope protection structures, we have pipe culvert plus 2 RCPC. This is for the proposed cross drainage located 40 meters from the project start. We also have line canal, stone masonry, catch basins, 910 mm diameters, and stone masonry for slope protection. For the last part, Part H, miscellaneous structures, we have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white for the pavement markings on the edges of road and on the center line. So that would be all for the 25HF0045.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Gascon. So let's proceed to 25HF0047.
Hello, I'll be discussing 25HF0047 or the Convergence and Special Support Program, BIP, construction of road, Sitio Busluton, Barangay Abukayan, Balamban, Cebu. It is located at Sitio Busluton, Barangay Abukayan, Balamban, Cebu. With the station limits of Station 2 plus 800 to Station 3 plus 205, with a total appropriation of 5 million. With a calendar days of 46 calendar days. And then a net length of 0.405 kilometer or 0.810 lane kilometers. Then the items involved are, we have the provisions of the field office for the engineer, 1.53 months. And then we have the project billboard, 3 each. We have the safety and health and the traffic management, and we have the mob and demobilization. For earthworks, we have the individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter sa kabuk kung remove. And then we have the removal of structures and obstruction. This is for the existing head wall dito. Ito siyang i-remove, ito siyang itarong. And then we have the surplus common excavation and the embankment from roadway structure excavation common source. And then we have the subgrade preparation common material. For the subgrade preparation common material, ang atong consideran is for the cut section only because the embankment has, again, the pagkuha niya, which is the excavation, and nanapod ni siya subgrade preparation. So, kung ito pa ni siya i-consider, maduble na. Dayon, we have the subgrade, sub-base and base course. We have the 201 aggregate sub-base course, 0.2 for the carriageway, and 0.4 na thickness for the shoulder. And then we have the PCCP and reinforced 0.20 meters thickness, 14 days, with a quantity of 2,025 square meters. For the Part G, drainage and soil protection structures, we have the pipe over Class 2 RCPC. This is 910 mm nga diameter nga pipe, which is with a quantity of 1, kaya na may existing across drainage dito. Ito lang siyang gidungagan para ma-extend. And then we have the stone masonry, which is for the soil protection and also for the head wall sa atong existing across drain dito. And then we have the miscellaneous structures, which is the refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings white for the edges sa atong PCCP and also for the sa atong center line katong broken white strips. That would be all for 25 HF 0047.
Again, thank you, Engineer Baba, for discussing 25 HF 0047. Now let's proceed to 25 HF 0053.
Roland Libong Kugon, paliho ka unmute. Okay.
Sir,
Start na,
sir.
pwede na.
Okay na. Sige, good afternoon everyone. So I'm here to discuss the contract ID 25HF0053 with a project title Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program BIP, Construction of Road Barangay Asusina, Barili, Cebu, with the stationing limits Station 00 to Station 0 plus 492. With a net length of 0.492 kilometers / 0.94 lane kilometers, with a project duration 56 calendar days. So the items involved for this project. So for Part A, facilities for the engineers. Item A118, provision field office for the engineer rental basis. Part B, other general requirements. So item involves B5, project billboard, signboard. Next item is B71, occupational safety and health program. Next is B8, traffic management, and B9, mobilization and demobilization. So next part is Part C, earthworks. So this item is 1013B2, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 0.2 meters thickness, PCCP, and reinforce. So kaning item mo ni kuan ang gamito na to sa pag-remove sa existing kalsada dito, which is ang ilang existing PCCP dito kay ang width niya kay 4 meters ra. So mao ra sad ato nang i-propose. Mao sa atong i-remove, mao sa atong i-propose kay limited ra ang atong space ito due to wala tay budget sa atong ROW. So next item is 1022, surplus common excavation. Next is item 1041A, embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil. Next is item 1051A, subgrade preparation, common materials. So for the next part D, base and base course. Item 200 aggregate service course, which shall be used in our carriageway 0.4 meters thick and 0.2 meters thickness ang atong sa base sa carriageway and ang shoulder kay wala. So for the next part A, surface courses. So this is the main item 311B1, Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced 0.2 meters thickness, 14 days. So ang atong i-propose dito kay 4 meters ra ang width o ang thickness kay 0.2 meters. So for the next part J, drainage and slope protection structure. So dito ang dapitan na ay kanang existing ganing creek nya. ako lang gibutangan og kuan ng catch basin para dili magbanaw ang kuan tubig dito. So for the next part Gino, so item involves 501B, 5 culverts plus 2 RCPC. Then item 502383 catch basin 110 mm diameter. So additional day sa kaning catch basin natay kuan ani gibutang nga metal grating kay naay portion sa atong catch basin nga ma ma-apel gani kabutangan ang atong kuan existing ditong PCCP kay naay existing structure niya dili ta pwede makapa move yung skilled. So no choice ta nga atol lang mabutangan sa dugapil ang atong PCCP o catch basin, pero mao lagi to butangan ato kuan metal grating ang babaw sa atong catch basin. So next item is item 5061 so masonry. So this item shall be used in kuan atong outlet sa atong cross drainage as head wall. So for the next part H, miscellaneous structures. Item 61221, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. So throw off niya siya sa atong LED. And item 6122, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow. So shall be used in kuan sa atong mga kurbada, in curbs. So that would be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Libong Cogon, for discussing 25 HF 0043. The 6 projects were already discussed by the engineers from the planning and design sections. We hear the scope of work for the 6 project, the contract duration, and the approved budget of the contract. I would like to ask from our back provisional member, Engineer Ol Flores, if you have something to add with or to comment with the 6 projects. Okay. From our back member, the Chief of the Planning and Design Section, Engineer Fritzy Ortega, do you have something to add?
Yes, good afternoon. For the project that was discussed by Engineer Libong Cogon, I think he mentioned that only 2 RCPC. Roland, can you explain why duha ra ka buok RCPC kay og 4 meters magod og cross drainage, di ba? Ang RCPC is only 1 meter, so supposed to be it's 4.
Di ma'am, kuan ka nang sa ang LED sa atong CPC kay 5 meters. Nga ang atong siya 4 meters nga existing to kay 4 meters lang sa kalsada.
Okay.
Nga naay
So naara kay duhang additional. Sige, noted.
So,
thank you. No additional.
Wala lang.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Engineer Fritze. I would like to add regarding Department Order number 118 series of 2024. This is a reminder to all the participating bidders. This is with regards to the guidelines on the accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultant project engineers. The full implementation on assigning only qualified and competent project engineers of the contractors and consultant in the implementations of DPWH projects. In your technical proposal, please attach the department order where the assigned project engineers is already accredited. And I would like also to add with regards to Department Order number 28 series of 2024, This is the imposition of the three-strike policy in the procurement of infrastructure, goods, and consulting services contracts. So I hope our participating contractors will revisit this department order and review their documents accordingly. So in behalf of our chairman, Engineer Navales, back vice chairman, Engineer Amameo, I would like to thank you all for participating in this pre-bidding conference. That would be all. Thank you and good afternoon.
Time done. Time.
Time
Time.
adjourned for 33 p.m. Thank you
Thank you.
and have a blessed day. See you on October 28th. We have the bidding conference at 2 p.m. Thank you and good afternoon.
Ma'am Dal, November